The National Basketball Championships are back for 2016, and the 8th grade division brought some outstanding teams to Dallas, Texas to compete for the national title, but only one would walk away victorious. And during Saturday's action, all 27 teams brought their very best into bracket play in the Advantage Sports Complex. We start action in Bracket A, where BMM Gray 2020 started things off in a close matchup between Dallas Metroplex Elite. Both teams were able to hit shots back and forth, but BMM Gray came out on top by 4 points. Next up, it was the Louisiana Lightning taking on the Swag Crusaders. The Lightning had a dominant performance, which earned them a win to move on into the bracket play. Armored Elite also took on the TSI 2020 in another nail-biter. The high-scoring match ended with a final of 77-76, leaving TSI moving one step closer to the national title. After some bye rounds, the action continued as Team Texas started the bracket in a bye after they faced off with the Plano Wolves. The Team Texas shooters came out swinging and dominated the Wolves, and when the final buzzer sounded, there was a 40-point deficit favoring the shooters. BMM Gray then took on the Louisiana Lightning, but their quest for the championship would end there. The Lightning was just too much to handle as the final score was 49-46. Next up, it was BMM Black having a bye, and then they faced off with the Sinless Storm. BMM Black would win and go on to challenge the Dallas Showtime. Showtime had just defeated TSI 2020 in a 49-42 turnover-happy game. The night continued on with more gameplay as the Team Texas shooters were on a roll when they faced off with Louisiana Lightning. The shooters outshot the Lightning 71-48 and would play in the quarterfinals on Sunday morning. Dallas Showtime would join the quarters after they defeated BMM Black in a close 46-41 match. In Bracket B, play began with SBG taking on the Texas Elite Adidas crew. Texas Elite had an early lead, but SBG hit a couple motivating shots and never looked back. The final score was 84-75, with SBG moving on. Next up was the Nebraska Hoops Elite and the Dallas Mustangs on the court. Nebraska got the win in a free throw shooting contest with all of the fouls that occurred. Nebraska would go on to play the sixth man, Warriors, after their defeat over the Jackson Pride. Nebraska defeated the Warriors by 20 points to move themselves into the quarterfinals. In another blowout, NEA Elite defeated TBT Disciples by 30 points, as the NEA played the Texas Raptors next after the Raptors defeated 3D 20 68-56. NEA went on to defeat the Raptors 66-59, moving them up into the bracket. Next, Power Group 2020, who had a bye match in the first round, took on the Texas Riders Platinum. Power Group showed they had real power by knocking the Riders out in a 17-point win. Finally, in Bracket B, Power Group and NEA went in swinging, but Power Group slaughtered the Elites by nearly 40 points. And finally, in Bracket C, Basketball University started things off with a big win. They took on NTX Hoop Force and swept them by 20 points. Next up, Team NOLA challenged the Madison Stars, and after going the distance in overtime, the Stars took the win by 2 points. Basketball University was scheduled to take on the Madison Stars, and University put a hurt on them. Basketball University seized a 69-35 win, and they set their eyes on the Texas Titans next. However, Texas clinched the win in a 3-point battle. The bottom of Bracket C started with Norman PrimeTime and the Louisiana Night Riders Elite. The Norman team came up short-handed, falling to Louisiana 53-43. Next up, Houston Hoops LA took on the Triple Threat Raptors. Houston knocked down the Raptors 41-26. And after a couple bye rounds, Louisiana would take on Alpha and Omega. Then the Houston Hoops LA would face Texas Elite DJ H5. The Alpha and Omega team came out strong, knocking off the Night Riders 62-45. But Houston Hoops LA would move up into the ranks as they defeat Texas Elite only by 5 points, and then they swept Alpha and Omega 52-38. More great basketball is sure to come, and one team is leaving Dallas, Texas with a national championship on Sunday afternoon. This is Michael Dye reporting from Dallas, Texas.